Hello, Gemini. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I'm going to be doing your July 2019 money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading. I hope you all had a good month of July. I was actually meditating before I started to hit record. And right away, the message I got for you, Gemini, is budget. I know that's not a very fun and attractive word, but there are some benefits to budgeting our money. So I just want to share that because it may or may not resonate with some of you. But I always think that taking the time to really be conscious of your spending and being aware of your spending, that's always a good thing, especially when it comes to your money. A feeling like that one kept wanting to come out. So let's go ahead and get right into your reading, Gemini. What do we need to know for the sign of Gemini as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of July 2019? Ooh. All right. That's what I was waiting for. I was feeling like I needed one more card, and we got it. All right, Gemini, it looks like you've had a lot of ups and downs as it relates to your money. And actually, I can tell you that going into the new month of July, that things are actually going to change in a big way for the better. Now, when we first started shuffling cards, you saw that the card that came out was the Strength card. This could actually be the energy, the underlying energy as it relates to your money, meaning, money is very strong, has a very strong influence in your life right at this time. It could also be the sign of a Leo. Maybe a Leo is affecting you in some way as it relates to your money. It could be a significant other, maybe a boss, a co-worker, a business partner, something to that effect. Now, we also have the Five of Swords here, and I see this as maybe you have been taking a step back and you've been really trying to lean back as it relates to your money. There are some people who are actually quite disappointed in that decision, but that's okay, Gemini, because you need to do what you need to do for yourself as far as setting boundaries and maybe even distancing yourself from certain people. Now, we also have the Three of Cups here and the World card, and then we have the Tower in reverse. Now, don't get scared when you see this Tower in reverse, because this means that the worst is over. And when I see it right next to the World card, this is actually a very positive card. And then we also have this Three of Cups, which is another positive card, because this could be celebrations, this could be world travel, it could also be things coming full circle or things doing a 360-degree turn as it relates to your circumstances. Again, when I see this Tower in reverse, that tells me that the worst is over and that now you're in that rebuilding phase. You're in that rebuilding phase as it relates to your life and your money. So just know that things are definitely going to be changing for the better for you. It's going to be like now that things have kind of just flattened out, you're in a position now to where you can actually create things in the way that you want them to be created. You're not at the mercy of someone else's ideas or, someone else's influence. You're really going to be in a position to start building from the ground up exactly what you want. So what else do we need to know for the sign of Gemini as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of July 2019? What do we need to know for, all right, Gemini? Okay. I'm starting to get the sense that you have a relationship that is affecting your financial success, okay? I see some heartbreak here, but then I also see the Lovers. We also have this choice that needs to be made, or maybe feeling stuck, or maybe feeling like you don't have a choice. And then we have the Judgment card here in the reverse position. Now, it's very clear to me here, looking at these cards, that your relationship is affecting your money in a big way. And I don't want you to feel like, it's a negative thing, because at least now you're aware of it. However, there's been some past decisions, that were decisions you made in a relationship that was significant, that you may be starting to pay for now, okay? So when I see this Judgment card in the reverse, this tells me that things may not necessarily be fair, but that doesn't mean that you're not going to recover from that. Seeing this Lovers card in the upright position, like I said, that just tells me that maybe you don't want to end a relationship per se, and maybe you and the other person are trying to work things out for the better. However, there's been some things said and done in the past that you both are paying for presently. And so some decisions do have to be made, okay? Now look, we see the Death card literally just popped up. This tells me that a big change is on the way. What do we need to know for the sign of Gemini as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of July 2019? Yep, I do see someone is actually going to be moving away. Now, this doesn't mean the end of a relationship. It just means that someone is definitely going to be contemplating and having some second thoughts towards this relationship. They're trying to weigh the costs and the value and the benefits of the relationship, because obviously we can clearly see that there has been some financial upset because of decisions and things that were done during this relationship, or maybe in this relationship currently. There's going to be a lot of thinking, there's going to be a lot of decision making, there's going to be a lot of reflection, and I think that's actually going to be a good thing, because it's going to help you really see the bigger picture and help you decide exactly what it is you have to do in order to move forward. But you know what, now I really want to clarify some of these things here for you, Gemini. So what do we need to know for the sign of Gemini as it relates to money, wealth, prosperity, finances, and abundance for the month of July 2019? All right, the energy for you, Gemini, is mixed emotions, because you've got the cards are just not shuffling very smoothly, okay? All right, we've got that Judgment card again, also in the reverse. So someone is not being fair with you, Gemini. Someone is not being things are not balanced as it comes to your relationships and money right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. We've got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. We also have the Five of Pentacles upright, and we also have the Ten of Pentacles upright. Now, I do see some road bumps coming up for you in July. However, that doesn't mean it's negative. A lot of you, you leave comments and you tell me that, oh, there's so many cards in reverse, and oh, the whole reading was horrible. And it's really not. Sometimes things need to be brought to your attention, and sometimes information needs to come to the surface, and sometimes that's the only way spirit can get your attention, is by creating circumstances that force you to pay attention. So we have the Queen of Wands here. Now, this is someone who is very stern on decisions. However, when I see her in the reverse, that means a lot of indecision. That means you haven't been making decisions as it relates maybe to this relationship, or maybe as it relates to your money. We also have the Five of Pentacles here. This is all about mindset. This is also about sometimes falling into habits that are not necessarily serving us in the best way. However, I do feel like this has been a learning period for you, Gemini, because we have the Ten of Pentacles here, and this is a card of business and financial success. It means a partnership is going to pay off, or it means some type of a collaboration is going to pay off, or it could just mean that things are going to turn for the better in your work, in your business, and maybe in your financial life in some way. Investments, maybe even a project that you've finally completed and you realize it's more profitable than what you had expected. Okay? I want one more card for Gemini. What do we need to know for the sign of Gemini as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of July 2019? Okay, now I see the Five of Wands in reverse. This tells me that there's been some back and forth discussion, maybe some arguing, maybe some disagreements. However, because it's in the reverse, that means that that's moving out of the way. It's not going to be, something that you're going to have to deal with on a permanent basis.6However, don't be afraid of communication, okay? Don't be afraid of standing your ground and making your feelings known. If you're having a discussion for someone, you really do need to protect your boundaries, and you really need to have confidence in what you're saying and in protecting yourself and protecting your welfare. All right, I'm going to do another row of clarity cards because I feel like we need it for you, Gemini. Yeah, a lot of emotions. That Queen of Cups, now she's a very emotional energy, all right? She's a very sensitive card. So when I see her, that tells me that there's some decisions being made based on emotion. We also have the Queen of Swords, cutting through the BS. All right, so we've got a lot of emotions going. And then we have the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Wands. All right, so this is a card all about movement, speed, something quickly. Same with the Knight of Wands. This is, about an energy that is charging in very, very quickly. Now I see this Queen of Swords here. This is actually cutting through the BS, so you can see the situation for what it is. You can also see people for who and what they are. So someone may be trying to manipulate the situation to their advantage, but it's very clear that you can see it. And you're also very much aware of it. And I do see you, standing your ground and actually defending your rights and defending yourself. This is going to happen very, very quickly. I do see some swift movement. Now, this could also mean travel, air travel, sometime in the month of July. But I'm feeling like this is more of a quick message that affects you and your money throughout the month of July. All right, Gemini, so let's kind of recap here. We do have some changes coming, but however, things are going to be good because you're kind of in that rebuild phase, especially in the beginning of July. We also see that maybe some past decisions or past relationship have really kind of set you back financially, and those decisions are starting to affect you now, or at least they will be affecting you very soon if they have not been already. We also have this Judgment card came up twice. That means things are not exactly fair, square, and on the upright. However, you are aware of that. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily get screwed over, but it just means that right now the things are not balanced. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be catastrophic. However, just know sometimes you just need to be aware of that, because then you can make better decisions as you move forward. We also see some discussion here, but we do see a project that will pay off. At least it will sometime in July. I also see a lot of emotions, but I also see a lot of clarity for you as far as making decisions. Now, you also will be having some type of travel, or you're going to get some quick information sometime in July, and that's going to affect you in a positive way. Let's go ahead and end your reading, Gemini, with a Wisdom of the Oracle card. Oh, and you got To the Sea. To the Sea. Now, I'm feeling like this is travel related. That's just the overall feeling I get. So this could be in connection to this Eight of Wands. Remember, this could be a travel, taking a trip kind of card. Also, when I see that it says To the Sea, it could also mean seeing, in other words, visually seeing. All right, maybe this visual clarity of what's going on in your situation is exactly what you need in order to move forward and to make things better for yourself and for your family. So I hope this reading was helpful, Gemini. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down in the comments below. I want to thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you for this month. And I will definitely see you next time.